Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. It's been brought to our attention that a lot of programming out there have a big gap in it. And that gap is just the amount of time that programs spend developing this hip extension. There's a ton of exercises we use in the gym that use hip extension. It's all of our jumping patterns. It's running when that hip is in an extension. It's all of our arch and snap positions. But if we look at the amount of time we're spending in this position or this shape or these shapes, it's very little because we're just hitting it and moving on, hitting it, moving on, hitting it, moving on. We also see that a super common problem for people in a lot of these exercises are how they're organized, how they're firing their muscles, and kind of how tight they are and what their mobility is in these end ranges. So when we're just barely touching on them, it'd be like going overhead and not quite having that full range of motion. We can it's easy to kind of fake it when we're just pounding through them, but now have someone hold something up over their head. It becomes very, very obvious pretty quickly if they're lacking range of motion there. So this is just a drill. We started using it, we got this from Kelly Starrett at the Ready State. We've started using it kind of as a cool down, as accessory work. So not really as a cool down because it's kind of tough, but as accessory work in part of our cool downs to really just get more time spent with that hip extension. We've got another video on just doing presses with your foot up on a box where we get hips in extension, but this is going to be something that we can do kind of afterwards, and it's just going to be a static hold. So on this one, what we're going to do is you can do it with either 2 kettlebells, 2 dumbbells, doesn't really matter. You could potentially do it in a front rack, back rack, doesn't really matter. I'm going to demo it here with 2 light dumbbells. Usually I'd go heavier, but I don't want to embarrass myself on film right now. But anyway, what we're going to do is pretty simple. You can start with no weight just to feel the position and then load it up. But we're going to do about 30-second holds. So what I like to do is just start in a split jerk stance. Then you're going to make sure you got your butt cheek, that back butt cheek flexed, belly button drawn in, and then you're going to start to straighten that back leg out. So my split jerk is going to be a little more bent here, so I'm going to squeeze, straighten that leg out. Okay, then what I'm going to do is go up on that front toe. So I'm on both balls of my foot, and as soon as I do that, I'm going to feel that butt cheek flex a little bit harder, and I'm just going to do an isometric hold. I like to set the clock. We've been doing 2 30-second holds on each side just to get more loaded time in that extension point, breathing through it, 30 seconds. Then we rest a little bit. We go to the other side. Again, set up like your split jerk. Squeeze that butt cheek like you should be already doing in your split jerk. Draw that belly button in. Then straighten that leg out, keeping that butt flexed, and then go up on that front toe right there. And we're just going to hang out in that extension point. You'll immediately feel that butt cheek flex and immediately feel these tissues here have to work to hold, stabilize. They're getting a little bit of stretch in there. But this is a great exercise that we've been doing just to add in more extension isometric work. That way, when we're trying to get to those end ranges and these split-second moments and then move out away from them, like when we're kipping, when we're doing so many things, end range is weak range. We're just developing strength and stamina and position and awareness in these end range positions. Hope this helps. Talk to y'all soon.